Hey guys, welcome back to the Real Stock Center in the 254. Like, share, comment and subscribe. You're doing well, hope mko poa. Karibuni back to Galaxy Realities. Remember, this is the Real Stock Center. Kama ni mgeni, karibu sana. If you remember, welcome home. This is home for the realest discussions and the realest conversations. So yeah, we told you we have a new series coming up dubbed Meru Is Great, and yes, we are shooting episodes, we are rolling the cameras, and we are sharing the stories. The main aim of this series is to show you that it is doable, because if they did it, you can do it as well. And today with me I have a man of God, someone who will share his story, and from his story you'll know that greatness does not depend on age and all of that. It depends with the relationship that you have with God. So today, before niseme nimpe PR mingi, let me give him a chance to introduce himself. Karibu sana, man of God.
Thank you, Valentine, for having me today here.
Karibu sana.
On Galaxy Reality. One of the things I want first to echo what you are doing.
Thank you.
And say this is profound. It's incredibly encouraging, especially to our generation, whereby we have mixed of all version of men. We need such people who can have some such kind of shows and equipment for growth. My name is Pastor Allan Wonder is also my name. A vision carrier of a ministry called Nehema, a Fellowship International. It's a young upcoming ministry, of course, and that is part of me. And I hope what is needed I'll be sharing in the story. And thank you.
Asante sana. Yeah. Thank you for honoring my invite na kukuja. So before before you give us your story to greatness, to where you are right now, I want to understand, other than Pastor Allan, who is Allan as an individual?
Wow, Allan as an individual, I think you're asking about my other parts.
Now you're not preaching. Why?
Wow.
Exactly.
I'm an engineer by profession.
Okay.
I did electrical and electronics. So when it comes to doing all things to do with electricity, gadget, I think I'm good in that area. And I'm a man who loves socializing. And number two, I think I have a passion for my generation so much. When I don't just equip them in the kingdom only. I'm also a businessman. I love doing business. Yeah, that's part of me and many other.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
A businessman, passion for generation, and all of that. Give me a picture of yourself growing up. Did you see yourself as this person, ama how was it like for you?
Unajua nikisema when we were growing up, everybody had a dream, and many of us could say, when I grow up I want to be a pilot, a doctor, you know, those big titles, engineers. But I loved serving people. I don't know where the zeal for serving people came from, but even when I was a young man, nilipenda sana nikiengage na watu, nikijua what is bothering people. And every time I looked at myself, I would not say that I was that perfect, but I had that heart about nilikuwa nasikia vibaya when a person is suffering. So I think I had things to do with becoming of help to people. And so sikujua God was preparing me for kingdom business or assignment. And vile tuko tunapanda hivyo life, unajua nikikuwa, it was not easy. As I give my story every day to people who know me. Most of the people who follows my pages and also listen to my preachings. Part of my preachings is full of history of the life I was brought from. I think I have come from a long way to where I am today, and part of the journey imekuwa ni kupigana vita, lakini Yesu naye anakuwa mwaminifu, and at the end of the day anatupatia success. So life has not been easy, but since the time I came to understand who is God, I think life will badilika, and I am where I am today as a result of a man who God came through for him. I'm just but a remnant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I love when people say that, oh, I'm a man of God as young as you are. So like ulichizi siku moja au uliamua aje ukasema I'll be your pastor? Like walk me through that decision
of deciding to be a pastor.
Yeah, of deciding to be a pastor.
No, I never decided to be a pastor. Okay. I didn't knew one day I would be a man of God. I thought I would just be maybe a member or a person who supports kingdom assignment. But one of the things I will speak concerning that, I will say things to do with the kingdom, it comes with calling. That is one thing that disturbs a man. Calling is like a career that keeps burning in a man. I remember mimi sikuwa najua by the way natumika. I was in high school and then I'm like people would see that greatness in me, but mimi naona bado actually in high school mimi nilikuwa joka sana. Because I'm in the kingdom today and tomorrow I feel hey, no. Manze siwezi sababu sasa my other age mate manze now wako kuna hizo mashele, and when you say you are born again, there is that view of our culture. People want to view to you as an angel. Like everybody want to see you as a God, a very perfect man. And then you view this kind of seriousness. Maybe siwezi. But there is that thing that will keep like inakudunga, reminding you of this kingdom. You belong to this fraternity. That's how I came to understand I have a calling. How I understood I have a calling in me, I think it was a process. It reached to a point, and as I was serving God, nasikia kuna wakati naachwa na thirst. And at times, let me say before the other kujua God speaks to people, God could come to me through that feeling unasikia something is pushing you to do something, lakini hujui kama ni God anakupush. So I battled to know the voice of God. One of the people who helped me, I think my mentor, I had a mentor called Jeremy. Jeremy was a very close man who helped me to understand how God speaks.
Okay.
So the moment I started to know how God speaks to men, I think ndio sasa nianza kujua I am called to the kingdom. There are things God spoke to me, and nilikuwa nafikiri hizi si zangu ni za mtu mwingine. So I could interpret them as another person's business ama idea ama message.
Okay.
Kumbe ni God ananiongelesha. Later sasa ndio nilikuja kujua ameniita tu ni msafu.
And how does God speak to people?
God has many ways of speaking to people. He speaks through a still small voice. In the Bible speaks about it. God can speak to you through a dream. God can speak to a man through vision. God can speak to a man through man.
Okay.
And in many cases, how God speaks to people is through a still small voice or through man to man. Things to do with the dreams and vision, hizo zinakuja kwa balabala. Because there are days I used to dream. I was a young boy, and one day I've never forgotten. One day I'm sleeping in my bed. Of course, mimi nililala ile mta like ile room umelala si fana ya wazazi. So one day I woke up, ilikuwa usiku. And nilipa hiyo story in the morning vile niliamka. And I think I was in class 6, class 7. I cannot really recall. But that night it was a dream. Nilikuwa naota nikihubiria watu wengi sana.
Oh, really?
And so I woke up, I took my blanket, and my mother sensed something is happening to the next room. That is unusual thing. Na akasikia huyo ni mtu. Unajua sasa like that kuna hizo let me speak of ile vitanda za zamani unakanyaga kitanda and then inaanza kupiga hiyo kelele. So my mother akaanza, kwani leo kuna vita zinapigana huko? So kumbe ni mimi nilisimama, I took my blanket nikaeka kwa mabega, and then I'm preaching. Literally it's as if I'm holding a microphone and I'm preaching to people. I am singing loud. So my mother akawasha ile torch, and then he's like, let me look at what is happening. And I am so busy, like I cannot even see my mother. So in the morning nilipomaliza kuhubiri preaching to that big crowd, I went again, I slept.
Oh wow.
And then in the morning now my mother had stood to narrate to me, do you know last night you were preaching powerfully, singing powerfully? And I was like, no. Akaniambia ulisimama mpaka kwa kitanda, and you are moving hata huko unaogopa kuanguka. And I was saying, oh Jesus, help my son not to break down here. So those are true dreams now. And I was a small boy, so I could not interpret all those things and understand, so I'm being prepared for a certain assignment. Number 2, having parents wenye wanajua mambo ya God sana ni kitu mwingine mzuri. Because even after the dream and what have you, after sharing in the morning, imagine tulimaliza na kucheka. I think if it were for another man when he may advance in the kingdom, he could lay hands to his son and declare that impartation. That's, this is a way to show God is preparing something in my child. Yes, so my mother could not understand all those things. So Ivo, I think through now I could at times minister. I don't understood I'm called to the kingdom. I could sometimes minister, and then my spiritual father could call me and bless me and say those encouraging ones, you have a great destiny, you have a bright future, there is a calling of God in you. That's how I went on understanding, I'm now called, there is an assignment in me. And then there is that preparation that at times my mentor would tell me, be careful how you are trending, because wewe si kama wale watu wengine. You have a certain assignment that needs to be safeguarded. So ile vile anaendelea kistampe day by day, ndio naenda nikikini ujasiri. And then as I'm standing before people, sasa sisimami nikuwa mtu wa kawaida. I'm now viewing myself also as a man, as a vessel called to do it. Yeah, sure.
It's one thing to have a calling and feel like, yes, I've received the call of God, and it's another thing to go ahead and start a church. So where did you get the confidence? Kusema I'll start a church, like washirika? Did you even think of the aspect of where those people will come from?
Surely, to be honest, at my age, I never thought of having a church or being a pastor of a church. But going back, I remember this was after my college level. Immediately after I finished college, I had a burden in me, and I was feeling I need to walk in the will of God. Now that I've pastored college, I have finished even my studies, I need to know the next move. And one of the things I've taught myself is to walk in the will of God. So I had to go for prayers. I made a time for 3 days of prayer and fasting. And the Lord spoke to me and told me, go to a certain mountain. Of course, I went to the mountain, and as I was praying there, I was like asking, what is the next now move? What is your will about me? Because nimemaliza shule, mimi sijui naenda wapi. I don't want to tamak as other Gen Zs are tamaking. Lord, I want you to position me. I cannot. Unajua, in college I had served God faithfully sana. Like sana, I had served God until I was feeling I have served God in college. And I was feeling mimi si tena toka and then be a waste. My Jesus. And people are saying ukitoka nje lazima usumbuke ufanye hata kazi zenye si ile course umefanya. So that thing in me ilikuwa inanisumbua. Sasa nitaenda pia mimi nianze kuhangaika. So I had to understand what is his will. And that's when he spoke to me and told me, I have an assignment for you. And he told me in Meru, that's where the assignment is. And I remember akiniongelesha specific, akiniambia in between Kangeta and Melton I will position you. And then you'll be doing fellowship. He spoke to me and he told me it's an interdenomination fellowship. So it's a fellowship that will involve all churches and every man who feels like I want to come, you know, and be impacted and listen to the word of God. I also had this vision in me that whereby I can create a place whereby people can come, worship God, hear from the Lord, have time to pour down their spirit, and then go back home saying we have seen Jesus. That was my passion. Lakini sikujua vile itafanyika. So when I spoke about our fellowship, I mean sikuwa na know how ya vile itaanza, because I'm so new to these things. But I trusted in him. I remember we were in a mission, and as we were in that mission, that's now I came to meet one man. And as I was sharing the way I'm sharing in this broadcast, as I was sharing to that man, my God, he said you have a big vision. I shared about how I had God in the mountain, about starting a fellowship, and I don't know how I will start it, about how I can gather men from all churches and then come together and then hear from God, na watembe nyumbani wakisema tumemwona Mungu. Like mimi siko na busy ile ya watu tukue church nini. No. All our ministry, no. But I wanted a place whereby I attend meeting whereby people can come and hear from God and go back saying, oh, we are blessed. And I was talking na ile religion mind ya, hey, ile ni kanisa yangu, oh, me I belong to that village. No. I didn't wanted that. But how we met with that man, sasa ikakuwa vision, sasa iko real, because the man said I will support the vision.
Oh wow.
So when he said he will support the vision, he told me, go come, let's sit down, discuss about it and see how we can start it. So me nikaona God. I went that night, I remember I had a small lead carpet, a frappe one. Most of the times when I feel God has done too much for me, sikuwa nalala kwa kitanda. I used to sleep to that small lead carpet. I used to call it the dwelling place of God, where God dwells. So it was a sacred place.
Unalala chini ya
nalala chini hapo. I would cry the whole night praying. Wow. I loved, like those days I used to pour out my spirit so much. And I was thanking God, thank you Lord, that what you spoke is a reality. It is coming to pass. See, now you have started to send men who can back the vision I have. So later on we started it. Ikaanza hivyo. Ndivyo sasa tukaendelea. Ika grow. The movement grew from, we started as 4 men, we went to 7. I've never forgotten the history how we started. We went to around 16 people.
Okay. From
16 at the booms to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, up to today, that the movement now grew. And now people started saying, hey, we feel there is so much to do with us giving our lives even unto this fellowship, and would love this fellowship to be our church. Party, why don't you change it from Sunday afternoon to Sunday services? So hizo unaona sasa vile watu wanaanza kuleta request, wacha ikuwe Sunday ibada tu anzange kutoka asubuhi mpaka hiyo jioni. And so I'm like, no, that is not in the will of God. I had a small cabinet of leaders, and my leaders could come every evening and tell me, look, oh my God, cripples are walking. People are saying they want this God. Therefore healing in this ministry. So everybody want to embrace this fellowship, and people are saying wamebaya idea ya hata kuifanya church yao. What's your next step? So walipoanza kupersist, mimi sikuwa nimesikia God about it. I thought about fellowship, and I thought it will go for many years. The way Sarah Kane does them, and she's so comfortable with them. You know, those Tuesday meetings. So I think it came as a burden now, because people are requesting for it. Leaders are like, we want it. We want our church. We want our church. We want our church. I went to the one who gave me the assignment. Back again, the 7 days in a mountain. Lord, speak to me. This is what people are saying, but I know you have a say. This is the will of men, but I know there is the will of God. Now let your will be true. Make my ears to hear you. Please reveal yourself to me. Let me know what is the next step. That's when now God spoke to me, and he told me, of course, this was the part of the journey. So next now is a ministry. And he told me, in you I will build a ministry. And I remember that day he spoke very clearly. He told me, in the doctrine that is preached today is full of error. And in the generation we are, in fact, let me speak this today in this broadcast, that in the era we are today, this is a new era. You know, God is full of season, and we in another new season. The Gen Z, they are full of energy, full of power. They want to go out. They demonstrate everything with a lot of energy. Like, I want to go bakisha. If it means death, we want to die. But what we are saying must be done. Because in the transition we are, now when we come back to the kingdom, in the transition we are, God has already given grace to the young. Now to take over.
Okay.
Whether we like it or not, and everybody who is listening to this broadcast, whether we like it or not, the young generation have the mantle now. It is in their hands.
It is our
and it's our season now to now speak, and our voice, God has now season our voice to be heard. Whether the enemy likes it or not, whether the people will like it, or whether the community will embrace it or not, it's the season. So I understood it's the season. And when God told me there is a lot of error that has been made in the doctrine, that I want you to come and then do away with it, like clean the mess, I felt now I am ready for the assignment. And then he told me now about church, you will not be under, like maybe under a certain ministry, a certain leadership. He told me, I will build it in you. The way he said to Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail by it. So he told me, upon you I'm building a church. So I knew I have a big assignment. A big assignment ambayo imezidi miaka yangu, imebidi kuonekana kwangu, imebidi how I preach it, how I do it, because now it's no longer I but Christ. Yeah, so I understood. Sasa mimi, I am just but a vessel. Just I am, mimi ni kikapu kinatumiwa kuweka vitu kubebea. I'm like a boat that people will use to sail and go to the other side. I'm like a bridge that men will step into, and then they will, you know. So even the one in the Jua, and then days later the Lord started to confirm it, and then when time was ripe, He just started it. Yeah, and up to today I can say in a flow.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So
sure.
in your story I've heard about mentors and people, and walk me through the journey of having a mentor. Is it important to have someone who's gone ahead of you? Is it important, because you've told me that God told you, I will build a church on you. So did He also give you the importance of inaitwa aje, like kukuwa na mtu mwenye anakushika mkono, ama anybody can do it alone?
No, this journey you cannot walk alone. And let me quote a scripture in the book of Ecclesiastes. I think it's in chapter 7 verse 8, that speaks of two are better than one. Because even the wage of their toil is bigger. And when one becomes weak, the other one can lift him. I want to say this life you cannot do alone. God has assigned men, and every man under the face of the earth has another man assigned to become of help unto his life. That's why Jesus could come and do the assignment, but before Jesus came, John came as a man to prepare the way.
Okay.
And Jesus is a son. A son of the kingdom is he doesn't need a man to come and prepare the way. He himself is the way. But another man had to come before and first prepare hearts of men, prepare the way. The Messiah is coming, this is how the Messiah will be, blah blah blah. These are the things we expect from the Messiah. Every man needs another man. You cannot lean by your own. You need a shoulder to lean on. Because there are times you grow weak. There are other times you grow so strong. And the other days you feel, I need a man who went before me. And said, like if I speak about today, I will say in my daily walk today, I have a lot of history that I will be sharing to them that I'm mentoring, and to the sons who will come after. That God has equipped me to. I need this knowledge to pour to another person that he may not struggle in the journey how I struggled. Maybe there are steps I went and struggled. Mi sikujua njia ya kushinda hapa, so nilibidi nimepigana ndio nishinde. Lakini when you are guided, when you have a guide, when you have a person who can show you the way, you don't struggle to know the way. So I have my mentor. In fact, I have mentors. Because when I speak about mentors, these are men ordained specifically for a noble task. And this noble task and assignment is to help other people. Huyo mtu, and who is a mentor? A mentor is a person mwenye like ako true, ako open kwako, and the interest of a mentor is to help you become even better than he is. So my success and part of my victory and winning has come through mentorship. Because I am not a man who does things alone. If I will do an outside meeting, if that mentor is not allowing me to sit down with him and discuss how he does them, I will go back to his history and I will try to locate how did you overcome this, and then I will learn from maybe coverage, books he has written, and I also taught myself to give something, to tap from that grace. So like because I love doing crusades, street worships, those things, and of course there are men who have been doing them perfectly. So most of the times nikiona waweza kufikia hiyo grace, I tap into the grace. So I give to stamp into that grace. So as I'm standing, I can also stand in the same grace that man stands with. And most of the times when I'm in the guide of mentorship, na funzwa disciplines of either minister, ethics of being a man of God, what is needed for you to stand in especially when I'm in my age. Na kwanza naanzia na wale walianzia na age yangu, na wenye walianza pia ile miaka nimeanza nayo. Ulishindaje? Like tumsaidia vile ushinda. Like nikitoka pale nasikia I'm encouraged and I'm okay to go through it. Even though nimekuwa nikishinda.
Nice. All along ni kushinda. I want you to walk me through the challenges of being Pastor Allan Wonder.
The challenges?
Yeah.
Of being a pastor?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Of being yourself specifically.
Of being
Pastor
myself.
Allan Wonder.
Pastor Allan Wonder. Calling is not a joke. Kingdom assignment is not a easy thing. But it becomes easy when a man is with God and in his way. Being a pastor at my age is not a simple thing, because there are many challenges that you face. There are a lot of traumas, a lot of discouragements. There are people who come and tell you no. But there are people who come and discourage even the members you are pastoring. How can you afford to be pastored by a man who is not even married, a man who is not even grown of age? But many people wanashindwa kuelewa when it comes to speaks about kingdom has nothing to do with the age. One of the things that I will speak about kingdom comes with the I think there is another maturity, there is another spiritual maturity that God equips in a man that you cannot compare it with age. You meet a man of 40 years or 60 years, but how he speaks, the eloquence of his words cannot be compared by the age he is in. And you meet another young man full of voice and that vibrance of God, and you feel as if this is a man of 70 years speaking. Because Bible says in Romans 8, to them that he called, he also predestined. Or to them that he foreknew, he also called. So the things to do with calling, it belongs to the Lord. It's not with men. God called Jeremiah when he was very young, and Jeremiah was like, how will I tell the elderly? How will I stand before men? What will I see? So Jeremiah compared himself as a man without the capacity to do it. I also felt same thing. Kuna mahali nafika unasikia manzi. This is what I say, Maji. Yes, God has spoken. I have all the content, but where will I start? Because there are conferences, there are meetings I go, and I will meet men of great caliber, men full of knowledge, men, kuna wale wazi unapatana nao, and then they are waiting for you. Unaona msea kuna kitu ametembea kijana anakuja kutuambia nini, and then as you are speaking now ndio utaona wameanza kuinua mkono. Oh yes, thank you, hallelujah, the Lord, praise the Lord. They will start to feel that's now essence of a man of God. But it takes time at some point. But one of the things that has helped me to overcome such challenges, I build my confidence, and I believe that it is the Lord who has called me. No day I've ever stepped into a meeting, a praise, and then be like I am myself.
So inaitwaje? Yes, there's a rising of many people in Yanajita, men of God, apostle, prophetess, tuko na kina wale wa Shakahola. We have like inaitwaje, conmanship. There's Christianity and all of that. So how do I know that this is a man of God? This is someone this is a church I should attend. This is a leadership I should be under.
Oh wow, that's a nice question. I think I had preached in my messages. I had preached about a man of God and a con man. It's a topic I was trying to highlight, and I was trying to educate the church about, because I came to understand that many people katika hali ya kuibwa tu, wizi unaendelea sana. And you come to understand in our days when we are living, many men of God, the men of God, them that call the men of God, everybody is coming in the name of I am a man of God. So kuna hiyo controversy iko pale mingi sana, and so because he knows if I carry a Bible and of course and go to people and take that microphone and start to and start to speak with that big voice, people will surely come. And I think this has imeiba Claudia wengi sana, na ikakuwa ni busy, ikakuwa ndio inatumika kupata pesa.
Kuna sadaka,
of course, not working hard. And if I may say, to be honest, kingdom iko na pesa. Na kingdom, in fact, ukiongeza ujanja, kingdom itakufanya millionaire. And that is what is making many people to use it as a way of maybe kutajirika na what I mean. And we can see it in our social medias these days. It's not the days we used to say at wanafanya, they are out. Like unaona tu hiyo kabisa imefanywa, hiyo ni wizi inaendelea. And I think through that ndio uelewa a true and a genuine man of God is the one who is, one, I would say, in the season. Number two, if it's not in the word, then don't do it. Because a man of God, na kuna vile sasa hiyo wana twist hizo scriptures, and they come now with even kama another man nilikuwa naelezewa in online, nilikuwa na muangalia amefika mahali mpaka anakona target za kutoa sadaka, and the ISO target ameset za kubreak maybe altars, family altar, anaiweka 70,000. And sasa unauliza yule mtu ana 70,000 manzi, sasa ataendelea kusumbuka na ile madhabahu. Kuna mwingine amewekewa marriage, job, hizo maklasi zote amezgroup. Kuna yule amewekewa like sasa kupata watoto, like this is what I want my children also to become. There are people who give also to protect their children as they are growing up. So unapata maana anajua it's a way, and of course believers know it. So let now me use this as a strategy, nianze kuwekea target, ndio usinete dhao yako moja ama uweke kwa hiyo bahasha yako mbili, nataka nikuweke target yenye najua hiyo ni 20k. So I am sure of 10 people with 20k, that's 100,000. So many men of God are using it as a way of getting rich. But thank to God, Pastor Allan Wonder, I'm not such kind of man. One of the things that has touched my heart is to help lives of men. I'm not interested by the basket thing. I have not even taught myself to depend on that basket. I've taught myself to depend on God, and every time I depend on Him, He comes through and sources me out. He actually sorts out my bills without struggle. And that's how one of the things kwanza nilipigana nayo, niliambia Mungu niondolee tamaa ya kikapu ya sadaka. Because ikiniongoza nitalida hao watu kwa wizi. Niondolee kwanza hiyo tamaa, unipatie kiu ya kulead watu into the right, kuongoza watu to the truth. So one of the things that you understand about a true man of God is the man who is in the sound doctrine. Mahali popote tuwaingia usikie unachanganywa akili na uelewi, mtu wa Mungu kimbia, because already wewe ushaibwa na kuendelea next utaibwa hata zaidi. Giving a testimony of a woman of God who came into my church. One day, this woman has been suffering from lack of a child. Like for the last 9 years, kutoka wawane hajaipata mtoto. The two are teachers. I will not say their names because maybe the broadcast people may. Yeah. Praise the Lord. So, you know, the woman came and told me, I'm like this, 1, 2, 3. And she narrated her story. So the bit that was so painful is how she said vile amekuwa akitoa pesa sana kwa prophet wake ili apate mtoto.
Wow.
So the prophet went and told her, your stomach has been tied. So to untie that thing that tied your stomach, you must give 300,000. My Jesus, you know, the woman was so desperate. Of course I need a baby. We have everything. We have money, we have cars, we have bills, we have houses, you know, we have business. The only thing that is lacking in this house is a child that can inherit from this thing. The thing that was disturbing Abraham and Sarah. You know, when it leads to come things to do with children, it disturbs our family so much. So wakaenda wakapackage bahasha wakaleta 1,300. The prophet told them after 6 months kutakuwa na dalili za mtoto. You know, it was not in the will of God. This is a man who has decided, oh, mko na pesa, unaweza peana 1,300. Oh, I know. Later he went again, he asked for 200.
Wow.
As they were obeying the voice of the prophet so that they may prosper. You know, Bible says you obeying, you will it is God who establishes the plan of man. But it is in the will of a prophet for a man to prosper. It is biblical, it is true. So as they were obeying that law of prospering, of getting children, they messed up. Mama akikuja kwangu, she narrated that story and bit of it because I don't want to take a long time in narrating it. Tukimaliza mama alikuwa ameiba 2.4 M.
Wow.
And that is one man who has done it. So that's a true God man. How can you be into a praise? Me uliniambia ningoje 6 months. If it never ever happened, then let it be so. Let's wait for the time of God. Because I cannot bribe God to get a baby. So you get to know a con man wakati unasikia injili unahubiriwa pale ni ya kuibwa. And most of the times ni ya kuchanganya akili yako. And most of the times wanakujanga na ile, they want to brainwash you from what you know as the truth to what they tell you this is the truth. Yeah.
And they also teach you not to depend on God.
Not to depend on God and other men of God. Because they are in fear. If Valentine gets out of this place and goes to another man of God, and then the man of God pours out the whole truth, wanajua tu huyo mtu atakuja kwangu tena. So first wanaku isolate from going to another church or to another man of God. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
It's called me your perspective, isolation.
Yeah.
Thank you. We are concluding. But before we conclude, there's one last question.
Yeah, sure.
I'd love to ask you. You've been in ministry for a while now.
Yeah.
you've seen inaitwaje, the ups and downs, the false prophets and all of that. You've dealt with challenges and all of that. Has it ever occurred to you at one point that you will need a wife to walk this journey with?
That I need a
wife. You will
like,
need a wife.
Oh yeah,
or
like,
a life partner.
Yeah, sure. Oh my, that's a good question to ask. To be honest, yes.
Okay.
And I'm really counting on God when it comes to things to do with marriage. And I'm not just counting on God because God has a wife that He already made because of the man of God. I know she's there. She's just waiting for that ripe and right season. But when it comes to marriage, I'm so careful. Because I can't imagine today changing from the man I am because of a wife.
And it's possible.
And it's possible.
It's very possible.
I can't imagine today not walking in the will of God because of a woman.
It's very possible.
I would prefer not being married, but that has never been my will, nor my desire. I also love being a role model when it comes to marriage and family, because I want to believe this is a thing God had started to do like ni kama alikuwa anapanga kuendeleza the core assignment that He wanted with man. And so how this can be a complete thing is through family. That's what Bible says. And he saw that Adam cannot do alone. Mambo inazidi Adam, akampatia msaidizi. So a wife came as a helper. And at times there's season even that comes and I feel I don't have somebody who I can share to. Now, not speaking of my mentors and maybe close friends, at times you feel there are burdens you cannot share that just to anybody, and you're asking, oh Jesus, I wish I have a wife here. Maybe I pour out my spirits, my my feeling. Nimwambie vile mimi nasikia, I feel weak, nikuwe na strength ya kutoka kwake. But most of the times you unajitia nguvu, unajipiga unasimama, unaambia Bwana naendelea kukungojea. So it's more of it.
Okay, Sasa, how is it like dating as a pastor? Like, how do you approach someone as a pastor? I'm thinking, because, okay, like someone out there when you see pastor, we can say maybe it's easier. So, when you approach another person and then it doesn't, like, it's not a must that the first person you approach ndiye mtakubaliana na yeye in the end. How is that for you?
Hey, Val, it's not easy. At times we feel even approaching a lady and then the lady is like, hey, man of God.
Yeah.
And then others are, hey, we also fear to be judged so much. Ndio maana naweza kusema calling ni mzuri, serving God is sweet, but inafika mahali inakuja na limits mingi. And then there are things that you do and then you are in fear. I'm also in fear that this person may judge me. May also judge me like I want to take advantage of her.
Yeah.
It comes to the culture of the society we are living in today, whereby men are taking advantages of and then I'm like, sasa mimi nitaanza wapi? Will I start by praise the Lord? The Lord has spoken, The way of approach is another way. It's hard. It's not easy. But let me say, because this is a thing God knew about, He has a way to make a boat become true. And of course both together. Okay,
so sir, apart from you approaching, I know like kuna other tons or thousands of women who come after you. They're like, because huyu ni pastor, he's successful, he's all of that. There are women who come after you, Ama? True.
That's a strange question to ask on the broadcast.
No, there are. No.
I don't want to be. Can we post that question to another?
How do you handle such advances?
Of course, they will come. Some sent by the devil. Others coming to tarnish your name. Others in the name that I feel as if I can become the best wife for this man of God. But one of the things I've taught myself is to be so keen I think before I really approaches, most of the times I mean nakuwa na know how. Because God must give me the discerning spirit to discern and understand it.
Okay.
There are times, let me go back a bit. There are times when Messi was so hard for me. Mimi sikuwa naelewa wase, like tuko na mzee ananicheza, like ananipiga kadi na mimi sijui. And it's, you know, you have trusted the man, it's not easy. So I'm like, Jesus, how will I know every man? How will I know genuine men, loyal men, true men? Wale wamekuja hapa ndio for gain. I had to ask for discerning grace. Nikaitisha, like, God give me the discerning spirit. I want to be knowing people. Like people, when people come into my table, I want to know this caliber, this kind of a man. Ndio na mimi, as I'm pouring my heart to them, inajua wewe unataka kiasi hiyo, unataka this measure, hivyo hivyo.
Oh, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
And we are done. This is my last question. Is there anything you feel like nime leave out to just speak about in our interview that you feel people should have had?
Of course, when we speak about kingdom journey, there is a lot to speak on it, because you cannot cover this within an hour, not within a day. Things to do with the kingdom, it's, I think, ni kitu kubwa, and there is a lot that I feel maybe my generation could know this and this, but let's hope for today's session. This is what was meant for the people of God to hear.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for gracing us with your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Kuchanganya your busy schedules and creating time.
Yeah.
Lastly, how can people find you? Your handles, like your social media, your church, when you're wajaokoka, you can get saved.
Yeah.
And yes, how can people find you?
Wow. I'm a man who preaches all over Kenya. And you know, in most cases unaweza nipata through my pages. That is Allan Njagi. It's one of my popular page that is well known by many. Allan Njagi, that is in Facebook, or Pastor Allan Wonder. It's also in Facebook page. And you can also go to my YouTube channel, that is Pastor Allan Wonder. And search that name, utanipata kule. Na hivyo ndivyo tunaanza injili kwa sasa. Na pia unaweza nitembelea kanisani. Our church is located, of course. Lazima nipige campaign. Kama nimekubless, unaweza nitembelea hapo church. Hapo Ngundune. Lakini tulibadilisha jina tukaita Mwangaza. We have a church ambayo iko located karibu na hospitali ambayo inajulikana sana, kunaitwa kwa Benja. There's a church there. There's a structure you will see. Can say kona mabati ya blue. I think it's one of the growing and fastest growing church in Kenya, Meru County, and in the region. So I'm honored to be here today.
Thank you.
It's a great honor, Val. Thank you for the work that you are doing. I'm praying to God that He will continue to enlarge this broadcast and even help men to draw to this broadcast to maybe be equipped, get the whole truth about the matter, and at the end of the day we may build a true society. Otherwise, I'm blessed and thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Galaxy Realities. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Remember that we have a series dubbed Meru Is Great. This was our first guest. I hope you enjoy. I hope you've learned a thing or two about him. Mnaweza niambia hapo kwa comment section what really inspired you about this man of God, ama we should have him next. Like tubonge hapo chini kwa comment section. And again, thank you so much for the support so far. We are road to 1,000 subscribers. Tell a friend to subscribe. And also, so we are outsourcing guests for this series that Meru Is Great. So if you are around Meru and you have a story of greatness that you think we should share, kindly feel free to DM me on all my social media platforms, Galaxy_Kaberia. That's me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and also you can send us an email at galaxykaberia@gmail.com. So thank you so much for tuning in till the end, and thank you for engaging with us. Thank you so far for the love and everything that you're doing to this channel. Let's grow a day by day. So sina mengi ya kusema, till next time, bye.